Girls Act Good presents Ladies of the Bay, a story inspired by real people. Previously on Ladies of the Bay, Tracey revealed she'd kept a diary of all the group's pickups from their youth. That's epic and amazing and, oh gosh, do I want to remember? Okay, maybe I do. I wonder if any of my hookups are in there. Oh gosh, I really hope no one can remember that one time with. Okay, fine, it was 2 times. Fine, 4 times. But anyway, the threat of the bushfire looms. The wind is picking up and the day is creeping into evening. The mozzies are out and the air is somehow getting hotter and thicker. As the crickets begin their evening songs, the girls continue to reminisce.
Vic Fire warning, high alert. Fires recorded at Eckland South, the Sisters and Garvock. Surrounding areas at risk.
Don't worry about it, Nat.
I can't smell anything.
Exactly. If we can't smell fire, we are fine.
David's rostered on today and he said we should keep an eye on the alerts because the wind's so strong. So maybe we should go round up all the kids.
Nah, she'll be right. David would have called you if it was really bad.
Yeah, I get those messages all the time, and it's only the evacuate now ones you really have to worry about.
Don't worry, Nat. We have the ocean right there anyway. We can all just run down, strip off and jump in if we have to.
Yeah, it's not like we haven't seen your bare ass before.
Yeah, can't miss it. Oh, remember that time at Childers Cove when we went skinny dipping?
Or when we had to evacuate to the sea for your emergency, Nat?
Oh, that's right. I almost forgot about the time. You laughed so hard that you wet yourself and you had to jump in so it looked like you'd just gone swimming.
Yeah, it was hilarious. But it wasn't as hilarious as when you dared me to go skinny dipping and then you stole all my clothes.
Come on, that was funny.
Hey, don't worry, Nat. My senses are super alert at the moment. I will be able to smell a fire a mile away.
And Mick is in the CFA too, so he'll let us know.
Yeah, I know. It's just that David hasn't been called into any fires before, so... Everything okay, Fee?
Yeah, it's fine. It's just Jodie, who's 16 going on 30. She missed her curfew last night. So as punishment, she has to come in an hour earlier tonight. And she's trying to get out of it, the little shit.
Oh, it's summer. Just let her enjoy it.
Yeah, pretty sure you did a lot worse as a teenager.
Yeah, probably. But I don't know these new kids she's hanging around with.
How can you not know them? You know everyone in this town.
Well, I know some of them. One of the kids is Jimmy's daughter. You know, he married Sharon, who we used to play netball with.
Oh, yeah, she's all right.
Oh, yeah, she's okay. And so's Samantha.
Samantha who?
O'Brien.
Oh, is that Tanya's oldest?
Yeah, they used to be in brownies together, if you can believe that. But then there's this Kim McNeil that hangs around with them too.
Not Tony and Amanda McNeil's kid? Didn't she get expelled last year from Brower College?
Yep, that's the one. She goes to boarding school now at Ballarat Grammar, but she's home for the summer. And of course, then there are the boys. Don't let me get started on that.
You really can't talk when it comes to being a teenager and boys.
What are you talking about? I finished school, worked at the Kelley, then at the Bay, and then I got pregnant. I was a cool cat bogan.
I mean, before you became a cool cat bogan?
Yeah, remember when you used to make us ride our bikes to the pool to see if the cute boys were there?
Yeah, and if the ugly ones were there, then you'd have us ride out to the big hole or the beach to find the cute ones.
Yeah, I remember going to the big hole with you a couple of times. Mum was working, Trace, and you made me ride all that way because Charlie was out there.
Oh, that's right. He was your first kiss. Oh, mine was Jordan at a table tennis competition at school. Who was yours again, Nay?
His name was Luke Austin. And he wasn't amazingly hot. But I'm not about that. I'm about the personality. And he had a really good personality.
Oh,
yeah. Right.
I just remember being really scared. And we went for a walk and we were just talking and stuff. And then he leant in and he kissed me. And I was like, oh my God, I had no idea what I was doing. I just sat there and let my lips follow his. It was so embarrassing. But you know what? I just remember it being a really nice first kiss and I just kind of fell in love. I haven't actually seen him since.
Gosh, there were always boys hanging around to kiss. I don't know if it was romance. I mean, we were like, 13 or 15, so we probably thought it was romance. But really, it was just silly, giggling and tense and hanging out at the laundry room in the caravan park.
Yeah, I'd always find you kissing boys in the laundry room.
Oh, no, we would hang out in the laundry room to suss out what was on offer. We never pashed them in there, though.
We did that in the sand dunes.
I remember one summer, though, I'd met this boy and we would go swimming at the beach together. We didn't just go to the sand dunes and be all awkward.
Want some chips?
We would actually swim in the water together with the waves crashing over us. Then at night, I'd have these dreams about him. It was so romantic.
Oh, come on.
What?
You can't stop there.
Okay, I'd have these dreams where I would be in the shallows of the water with him and I'd be in this cheesecloth dress. God, it'd be so romantic.
A cheesecloth dress?
Yes, can't you imagine that? Anyway, it would be the evening with the sun going down. We would be dancing and playing in the waves and he'd lift me up over the waves laughing and my long hair would be flicking over my face, wet in the water like a mermaid, and I'd be wearing a lovely cream cheesecloth dress and then we'd be sitting in the shallows just cuddling, and then a wave comes in and we just roll around in the water together. Oh God, it gives me butterflies. He gave me butterflies.
Top up, anyone?
Yeah, top up, please. Come on, all the way up. Now she says she wants to go to the movies, but it'll finish at 10:10. Her curfew is 10 p.m.
Just let her go. At least you know where she is.
Who's she going with?
You used to miss your curfew all the time. I remember one time in particular.
Yeah, I know, which is why I'm worried.
What happened?
It was my first love, Bailey Atkins. Oh, I remember coming up from a beach party. Actually, I'd kissed somebody else that night. I'd had half a can of passion fruit UDL, so I thought I was bland. And my parents were out, so I had a later curfew. And I remember going to Bailey's campsite and being like, hey. And he was like, hey, because somebody had already told him I liked him. And I remember we kissed and he had this little vacuum for a tongue. It was like the weirdest kiss I've ever had, but I just adjusted and I went with it.
What did you have to adjust to?
Oh, it was awesome. One night sitting in the barbecue area at the caravan park, we were alone together and we got carried away, and then I was late for my curfew, only 5 minutes late, and I got in trouble, and as punishment I had to come in an hour earlier the next night. Anyway, Bailey and I both said, not at the same time, but we both said, look, we don't know what love is, but I really, really like you. And by the end of that 2 weeks that summer, we had both said I love you and lost our virginity to each other.
You'd only known him 2 weeks.
Yes, I'd only known him for 2 weeks, but we'd spent every day together.
Can I have the chips, please?
God, does it feel like it's getting hotter to any of you?
Maybe it's the conversation.
I was kind of hoping it might have started cooling off by now.
Yeah, I've got boob and bum sweat for days.
Not everything is sweating.
You might need to go and get your splash bucket, Nay.
I tell you what, I'm not that far away from it.
And look at the sky. It's eerie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember my first kiss. We were both 14, young and so nervous. Everyone was kind of dancing and his mates pushed us together. We looked at each other awkwardly and then it happened. But you know, it was nothing like I had imagined. No sparks or fireworks or nothing. Just a big wet thing darting in and out of my mouth. Ugh. Next time on Ladies of the Bay, just who is Fiona's text from? Will all the girls reminiscing and chatting drag up things that should have just remained in the past? Find out next week on Ladies of the Bay. This podcast was made possible by the support from Deans Marsh Community Cottage, Camperdown Community House and La Mama Theatre. Girls Act Good is an all-female collective of actors, writers, directors, producers, theatre makers and filmmakers based here in Melbourne. Jump onto Girls Act Good website, all the W's, girlsactgood.com. Subscribe to our monthly gag goss and stay up to date with all things gag. You can also find us on all the socials. Ladies of the Bay was written and creatively developed by Jennifer Monk in association with Girls Act Good in 2019. Concept by Jennifer Monk, story by Jennifer Monk, Lisa Dallinger and Constance Washington. Re-workshopped in 2020 with Lee McClenaghan, Kelley, Kerr, Young, Lisa Dallinger and Jennifer Monk. Performed by Lisa Dallinger, Kelley, Kerr, Young, Lee McClenaghan and Jennifer Monk. Introduction by Constance Washington.